Okay, and that's where we come in. A stiff-bearded older man wearing a hard-worn ranger uniform and a battered old cowboy hat, General Vargas walks with a cane, but he's not helpless. He wears a pearl-handled revolver on his hip, and there are a lot of notches on the barrel. And apparently, like these things that come highlighted in the conversation, you actually get as conversation options down here. And apparently, at some point in the game, maybe you can actually type in your own conversation options that you may find somewhere, and they'll respond to that. I haven't actually messed around with any of that yet, but maybe that'll come into play. There are a lot of conversation options. And how did Ace die, sir? Happy to be given the opportunity, sir, but are you sure we're ready? The signal is a threat, sir. Well, that sounds ominous. Repeater units. Where are the radio towers? You think the logbook was stolen. And what's the mission? Where is this area, sir? Alright, and there's our first destination. And call in, sir. When can we enter the Citadel, sir? And the three conversation modifiers in this game are hard ass, kiss ass, and smart ass. Um, you can actually choose which person does it, and it tells you which conversation ability they have. Right now, all I have is one level in kiss ass. It probably doesn't work on him. I don't remember. But please, sir, if you're sending us after Ace's killer, then you've already decided we're worthy. Why not just let us in? And thank you, sir. We'll do our best. It's handy that they give you a shovel right off the bat. You'll see a lot of piles to dig up at various points in the game. Just get random loot from them. Very helpful. Why is it not letting me move? There we go. And then we go talk to the guy guarding the entrance to the Citadel. A desert ranger in scarred but spotless combat armor stands at attention before the doors of the ranger citadel. He gives you a friendly salute. And I get a perception bonus. You notice he is wearing a humongous double-barreled pistol on his hip. This is Grenadier Major Nurgibbets. Yeah, I apologize if I mispronounced some names or something. Welcome to Ranger Citadel, recruits, but the general ordered me not to let you in before you finish your first investigation. And then you have a hard ass and a kiss ass option. We do have one person who has some kiss ass, so we'll put her in front. But the general ordered us to tell you to let us in. I don't know really how that's kiss ass, but we get a little XP for it. Nice try, recruits, but it won't get you through this door. I like your sass, though. Tell you what, I know you want to get inside so you can get your hands on the good stuff Nelson's got waiting for you in the armory. Well, I got a little toy that just might tide you over. Interested? And of course I'm interested. You bet. What is it? I call her the Mississippi Mule because she kicks like one. A double-barreled flintlock pistol that'll turn your enemies into a thin red paste, as long as they're within 10 feet of you. She was my go-to gal when I was out on patrol, but now I'm stuck here on door duty and she don't get much use. You can have her as long as you promise to put her to good use. Pretty sure that's a promise we can keep. Great, here you go. Treat her good and she'll do the same to you. And then you can try and threaten home, but it won't work. Move away from the door. We're coming in whether you like it or not. Keep making threats like that, and I'm liable to take you serious. Believe me, you don't want me to take you serious, and you do not. If you threaten him again, he will kill you. I've tried. And we get a gun for that. It says it's a pistol, but sadly it's a shotgun. I haven't really messed around too much with the shotguns. I did not like them very much, but I didn't have anybody who had the appropriate skill. So I may have to give that another try at some point. There's going to be places where you can get water throughout the game, and water is basically your resource to travel through the world map. We have a merchant here. A kindly older woman in standard issue ranger garb, she seems occupied counting goods and organizing crates. Aside from the clothes, she's the picture of a loving grandmother. You could swear she smells faintly of fresh-baked cookies. Well, hello, recruits. Welcome to... Oh, her name is Corporal Solvig Sefers. Well, hello, recruits. Welcome to Solvig Sundries. Happy to trade whenever you like. An honor to make your acquaintance. Always nice to see new faces around here, and a pleasure to make sure they have everything they need before they head out into the big, bad world. Nice to meet you too, Solvig. What's your story? Oh, it's not so interesting. I grew up in a village near here, but I was already a grandmother twice over when the Desert Rangers moved into the Citadel. I saw how much good the Rangers were doing, and I wasn't up to much with my children moved to other villages to start their own families. It was a little unconventional for an old lady to go through basic training, but I pulled my weight and earned my star. I may not be too useful in forward operations, but I've got lots of experience keeping people well-fed and well-clothed, and I can run a drill press with the best of them. So General Vargas has me help Sergeant Melson run the supply, and I help Captain Mercaptain in the workshop now and again. So you can outfit us. Well, with essentials as tough to find as they are, I can't just give them away for free. Believe me, I wish I could, but we keep our prices as close to cost as we can for our Rangers. You can stop by for the basics whenever you're in the area, and once you get clearance to enter the Citadel, you'll get access to some of our more valuable goodies. You'll have to talk to Sergeant Melson about that when you get inside. Ranger Citadel, what about it? I do love this place nowadays. It used to be full of some kooky birds back when I was younger. Fellas seem to worship pre-war junk, even if they didn't know what it was, and they wouldn't share none of it. Well, I shouldn't get too judgmental. I'm sure they thought they were doing right. What's General Vargas like? He's a modern-day Patton. He's got a mind for strategy and knows how to make the tough calls, but he's got a gentle side, too. Yeah. What's Sergeant Melson like? Oh, he's a great friend and a great quartermaster. We'd all be eating sand and wiping with cactus flowers without him. And what's Captain Mercaptain like? She's the smartest person I've ever met, bar none. She can whip up laser beams and water purification systems like I whip up pies. I would like some laser beams. And what do you have to trade? This brings us to the shop system. Pretty standard. You can sort through everybody's inventory, or you can get your entire group's inventory. You can just click sell all junk. It'll take all your junk items and sell. And then this is her inventory. That is the thing I want first, which is the famous assault rifle. And you may be thinking, but you don't have anybody with assault rifles. And that's true, but I will soon. It's the reason I did not make anybody with assault rifles. This guy over here. Hey, Echo One, mind picking up that can over there for me? I think there's some water in it in there, which I'm going to investigate it, because you can right-click to examine. And tin cans and goats usually go together. Your instincts are telling you that you might not want to steal this goat's next meal. But I do, even though he's going to hit me. It's $1. And then he rams me in the butt, and they all laugh. He headbutted you right in the butt. Yes, that's hilarious. But I got $1 out of it, so really I won. This is a dirt pile. You can dig up with the shovel. Get some random junk out of it. It's always useful. And another one. Sometimes you actually have to really keep your eye open for them, but this one they're not too bad. And you get some free scrap and some more junk. That was actually a lot of stuff in that one. Ace was the guy who they were having a funeral for over there. Oh, wow. And I try and sort the ammo when I pick it up. You can kind of click which character gets everything that you're picking up. And this is 30-06 ammo, which is for our sniper. And in the junk, it doesn't really matter. And then we will go talk to Angela Death. And you can inspect her. Whenever that magnifying glass comes up, you can right-click and it says, among the skull tattoos that cover Angela's arms, there is a single heart, and within that heart, a single name, Ace. So obviously, she was close to the person who just died. And we saw you at Ace's funeral. You knew him well? They all hurt, but this one, man. Ace wasn't even a ranger, not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Farron Brygo up in Vegas. And when Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in quarters. He'd pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. But we sorted that out and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise, and never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat, but I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there, and now he's... God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble. I knew it. How well do you know General Vargas? Ha! Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after we brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show and doing a damn fine job, while I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh? Babies? Us? Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kins. Y'all remind me of us, Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me, back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were going to save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die. Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time. I see you have Ace's name tattooed in that heart on your arm, which I only have because I did the perception check. You noticed that, huh? Well, Ace always said I wore my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, me and Ace. We were more than just old army buddies, if you know what I mean. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why I want to come with you. Where's Quartz? Man, not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher. He'd know. You thought Ace's mission was trouble. He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on, trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me, but then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him, but when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units, but he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows, because those radio broadcasts spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him? What was Base Cochise? An old military facility from before the war, and the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death. So General Vargas used to be called Snake. Well, like I said, he was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day, but I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in, shit, a decade maybe? What happened to Hellraiser? He's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead or AWOL or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in and we haven't heard from anybody who's seen him. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much, didn't make friends easy, wasn't big on the social graces, but he was as loyal as they come. And when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor, scary as hell. Where's Thrasher now? You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day he just seemed like his big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise, and he couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers, but Vargas doesn't dump old friends, so he started him working in the museum. And wouldn't you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the wasteland ever since. Who'da thunk it? Tell me about rail nomads. Could be a nice little place if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about, but between them they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system.